Modern Cinderella. Yay! Alright, go on, read.
Okay. After running away from home, I've been taken in by a man named Adan. He's told me that I should look for a job.
You should pick up a job that you'll enjoy. Do you have any talents?
When he mentions talents, my mind is filled with a bunch of ideas. I've taken lessons in a lot of things ever since I was a little girl. I'm sure I can handle living off one of them. I'm really good at sports. I'm best at tennis, but I've also done ballet, dance, swimming, and other stuff. At which point, Adan exclaims in surprise.
That's amazing! Have you won any awards or competitions?
None to speak of, really. I have put on ballet recitals before, though.
That'll be of no help in getting a job. Is there anything else besides sports?
Then maybe cooking? Bread pudding is my specialty.
Bread pudding? Home cooking isn't really...
Okay, so what about singing or instruments? I used to take lessons in both piano and flute. And I even won a prize in the singing contest.
That might be good, but what kind of contest was it? Choir, perhaps?
A high school chorus contest. A high school chorus contest. And Dan stays silent for a moment before forcing a troubled smile.
Those all sound wonderful, and I can tell how much you enjoy all of that stuff. Your preparation skills are superb, but those traits aren't going to make it easy to find a job. I think you need to start with learning more about society. You can work at my bar while you take your time looking for another job.
You want me to work at your bar?
Doesn't look like we have any other choice. Besides, my bar is not some kind of shady place. You'll be serving drinks, sort of like a waitress, I guess. And since you're good at sports, I can probably rely on your stamina.
Yeah, okay then. Thank you for everything, Adan.
This much is nothing, really. Next up will be where you live, and unfortunately I don't know any spare rooms at present. Would you mind living in the same room as me for a while?
Huh?
Jeez.
I know, I feel bad for Myra, kind of.
She's a modern Cinderella. What do you expect from her?
Just a spoiled rich girl, I guess, but she doesn't like that title.
That's what makes her better than all the others. Somewhat.
Unlike her best friend Emma, who's pretty cool.
And understands her the best.
Yeah? Okay, back to reading. Adan leads me to a simple room that's divided by a curtain.
This is my room. This side of the curtain will be your space, so you can use it however you like.
So I'm really going to share the same room with you?
Never thought I'd end up housing a runaway kid like you. Oh, also...
This one doesn't need store tickets.
We're gonna go with 3.
Okay.
You'll probably have to sleep on the living room sofa whenever my partner comes over, okay?
Of course. You're giving me a job and a place to stay on top of that, so I have no right to complain.
Yeah, I guess so. Bleh, there was no I. Yeah, guess so. If I'm able to free up a room, you can move in there. But until then, you'll have to earn your stay, okay?
Thank you, Adan. I'll work my hardest at your bar so that I can pay off my rent as quickly as possible.
I have high expectations of you.
Adan says and smiles sweetly. Oh, I'd stumble into living with Adan and working at his bar. A whole new life should have been awaiting me.
No.
Before even a week has passed, I've found myself inside a car heading back home. I was so careless, I never thought they'd ambush me. I didn't think you'd stoop to kidnap me, Father. I whisper to my father, who's sitting next to me. He replies in his usual voice.
I was only planning to see how you were doing, but I just couldn't stop there.
I listened to his words in disgust. I mean, there's no way I could feel at ease, forced into his car like this.
No matter how displeased you were with the party, that's no reason to run away, is it? Thanks to that, Rebecca has been laid up in bed ever since.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I have my own thoughts and my own life to live.
Your own thoughts, huh? That reminds me, were you living with a man named Adan Fisher, correct?
How did you know that?
What parent would leave their daughter alone for a week? They ran away from home? Do you understand what I mean, don't you? You do understand what I mean, don't you?
Father must have used every means available to investigate my actions and Adan. It'd have taken no effect at all, as if he used our family's connections. In other words, you've been letting me play right into the palm of your hand.
That's not true. I was trying to respect your will. I do realize that Rebecca was a little overzealous when it came to your upbringing. But just like I just said, I can't keep you away from your home anymore.
I'm surprised by the change of his tone in his voice. I look up to see that he was staring right at me.
In truth, there's a man I want you to meet.
You're not holding more marriage interviews. I cry out in surprise, and Father slowly nods. Wait a moment. I don't want that. I don't want any more of them.
Uh-oh. We're gonna try 3, he said?
3's the best way to go.
Please hear me out, Myra. It's not that I'm siding with Rebecca, but this man is different from the other ones. Naturally, I have no complaints about his family, and he has agreed to marry into our family. I'd be happy to have him as a son-in-law. Your life wouldn't change either. Nevertheless, I have no intention of having you meet him in order to benefit my own business endeavors. More than anything else, I think you two would be a great match.
Have you met him?
I've met him at his home. In fact, his parents were grumbling about how much trouble their second son's free-spirited ways are. But I think that he's a very nice young man, handsome inside and out. That's why I wish for you to meet him at least once.
But
this was all proposed by the other party. Thus, I've accepted. So it's too late to refuse, really. Won't you just meet him for me once?
Father never normally gets involved in this whole marriage thing. There must be some reason why he's decided to get this involved this time. Very well, Father. I'll do as you ask this time. But I'm just meeting him once.
You're such a good girl, Myra. I've invited him to our house this evening. You can have dinner together.
Oh no, what's going on?
We'll find out.
I find myself in my living room a little while later.
Do you know how worried you had your mother?
I've been so deflated ever since you left. I'm so sorry for making you worry, Mother.
Rebecca, that's enough of that.
Father puts an end to Mother's complaints.
If we don't get ready soon, we'll be late for the arranged time. You do not want to keep him waiting, do you?
Mother's face instantly brightens up. That's right. This man is truly great. I know that you'll love him, Myra. Once this is settled, we'll have to throw a massive party. You'll need a haute counter dress, of course. And we'll have to pick out a bouquet and vial, too. The wedding cake, the food, the presents. There's so much to do. I can't wait. Mother gets into high spirits as if my marriage has already been decided. I'm going to say this straight away. But only my intention right now is to meet him. You say that now? I'm sure you'll love him when you do. Just as Mother smiles delightfully. A maid comes up to her and whispers in her ear. What? Today's dinner's meeting has been I cannot.
Shit. I should have censored that way.
Yay!
But I had no time to censor my cursing.
Today's dinner's meeting has been postponed?
Uh-oh. Well, we're ending it there. It's already 12 minutes in.
Aw.
Too bad.
Fine. Bye, Shall We Date fans.
Yeah, bye.
Bye, Shall We Date fans.
Do leave a comment on who's your favorite Modern Cinderella boy. Or if you like the main character.
Just comment.
Main character is best. Or whatever. Hashtag Modern Cinderella, whatever.
Bye, Shall We Date fans.
We'll catch you next week.